what possessed me to make this video? I really don't. Honestly, I was just thinking about one of my favorite Marvel characters, Iron Man, and then from that, I literally started thinking about the big fight with Thanos and Iron Man, and somehow I just decided to make this video. So one of my favorite moments of Infinity War is without a doubt the big battle at the end between all of our heroes, well, not all of them who are there, which is Doctor Strange, we got Spider-Man, and we got, of course, Tony Stark, and a little help from the Guardians of the Galaxy, fighting none other than the big bad himself, Thanos, right? And something that I really like about the scene, really, is one, this is just such a killer line to me, is literally when they're fighting, and literally they've done everything they could to win. They've done everything they could to finally beat this guy, right? And it literally just comes down to Tony Stark. Tony Stark is the last man practically standing, trying to take on Thanos himself, right? Trying to protect the universe from Thanos. And yeah, he's got that super suit, but even that's not enough. As he's fighting, the super suit is slowly deteriorating because the nanobots that are making of the super suit are being depleted. And one of the best lines that comes out of that movie is when Tony Stark actually gets a hit on Thanos, and Thanos says, "All of that for a drop of blood." I just love that line so much. I love this scene so much because it does two things. That line does two things. This entire scene does two things. One, it shows how incredibly strong Thanos is, but it also shows that he's not impossible to defeat. And that really gives our heroes a chance to beat him. It makes us feel like, okay, yeah, you could see how impossible of a threat Thanos is right now, but he's able to bleed. And I mean, just like, it actually goes back to one of my favorite movies from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I know people are gonna call me crazy, but I actually love Iron Man 2. And one of the lines that is in that movie that I took away, that I found really interesting, and I don't know why, it kind of just always stuck with me, was if you could make a god bleed, no one would believe in him, right? And here's Thanos. Thanos is super strong. He's practically a god. He's going out of his way to get all of the stones, and he is so close to winning this war already, and no one can stop him at this point. No one can. And yet, Tony Stark actually is the one. A normal man, by the way. He is actually the one to get a scratch on Thanos. And it shows just a couple of things. One, again, it shows him possibly how big of a threat Thanos is, but at the same time, it shows that you can actually defeat him. It shows that there is a chance, that he is mortal, that he can die. That was just such a fantastic scene, especially when I think about the DC universe in comparison, because I know this is gonna make no sense if you haven't watched the DC animated verse. But one of the best things they did in the DC animated verse, honestly, in my opinion, is what they did with the last movie when it came to Darkseid. They decided not to make Darkseid anything less than the ultimate villain, the ultimate power that even Superman couldn't take down. And it literally took a god, it literally took Raven's father himself to actually go and fight off Darkseid. Now that's fantastic, and I really like the way they wrote that, because if you built up Darkseid as such a threat, he's the biggest bad guy ever, and then you literally defeat him almost too easily, then that would be kind of like poor writing to me. You would literally write yourself in a hole. And don't get me wrong, a couple places that I've seen done that is, for example, Naruto. They literally, at the end of the war arc, and I'm gonna get into some anime here, I'm sorry, but I'm a big anime fan. But seriously, at the end of the war arc with Naruto, they have Madara. Madara is like the top of the king, right? He's literally just won everything, and he's about to do the genjutsu and put everyone into his own control, right? And literally, Kishimoto, the writer of Naruto, absolutely, Naruto is my favorite anime ever. I cannot thank Kishimoto himself for that series. But Kishimoto rolled himself into a corner, I feel. Like, there was no way that you could defeat Madara so easily, right? At this point, it would look ridiculous. So you know what they had to do? They had to give Naruto and Sasuke a boost out of nowhere, and it came literally left field. And I didn't like it because Naruto, throughout every part of Naruto and Sasuke have always trained and gotten stronger and gotten power, and more power. But this is a great example of how if you make your villain too strong and you can't let your heroes be able to defeat him, you write yourself into a corner and you gotta pull a left field. And that's why they brought out the worst parts of Naruto, in my opinion. Her. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say her name. Yes, I am. Kagura. I can't stand what they did to Kagura. Seriously, they shouldn't have done Kagura. They shouldn't have done the Save Six Pass. What they should have done is they should have found a way to make Madara a bit of a weaker character. And I just mean physically. So that Naruto and Sasuke could actually stand a chance, and then we could have just gone straight into Naruto versus Sasuke just like we all wanted to. Madara was the big bad villain at the end of Naruto, and I wish they kept that. I wish they didn't go, you know what? Madara's too strong, let's give Naruto and Sasuke god powers. I don't know, it makes no sense within the context of that story. I'm sorry, it doesn't, in my opinion. And I'm a mega Naruto fan. And that's why I really like what they did with Darkseid, basically making him the most powerful creature ever, and no one can defeat him. So they actually trapped him into another universe to fight Raven's dad for the rest of time. I thought that was a really good way, a really smart way at writing a character that's overpowered that you can't defeat. But I gotta admit this, none of those examples hit as well as what they did in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Thanos. Because Thanos, yeah, he's super strong, he's beating everybody, but that one drop of blood makes you believe that while he is the strongest villain we've ever faced at this point, he can, at the end of the day, he's still mortal and you can still defeat him. It's fantastic writing. And then of course you get into the end of Endgame, where literally it's Tony Stark. Tony Stark is I'm such a fan of the character of Tony Stark. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel started with Tony Stark, in my opinion, and it ended with Endgame when he died. But seriously, he's just a human being. He's just a human being, and he went toe to toe with Thanos and actually won. He gave up his life to do so, but he did win. I just think that the way this entire scene was written was done so well. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below. I'm out. Bye.
Subscribe to Dylan's Little Hobbies right now.